You watch TV and you go, wow, this is shitty. There's a reason. It's called the network. And the people who work at the network think they have ideas. They don't know why. They don't know what possesses them to think so. So we gave them Democrats versus Republicans. What did it come back as? Liberals versus conservatives. No! Democrats versus Republicans. That's what makes it interesting. And, oddly enough, there are going to be a couple of, conventions this summer. And it's not called the Liberal Convention. It's not called the Conservative Convention. It's jackass. So, no. So then they sent that back, and then the two who were the prosecutors. For those of you who don't know the show, it's simple. I judge. Two guys basically rant and rave about which is more evil, Democrats or Republicans, in the best possible world. But now the two guys have decided it'll be red states versus blue states. And yeah, I know, but that beats liberals versus conservatives. And as it is right now, don't worry. When I do the final judgment, well, they're going to hear about it. We're going to do Disney versus Scientology. And here's a little inside tip. You're going to love this. We can't rule against Scientology.
What?
Because Scientology is the most litigious, and that's the only reason I'm even saying this, because I've never gotten to say the word litigious, organization, certainly religious organization in the country. So they're afraid of it, Comedy Central. So, and then we're going to do, today we read through boob jobs versus steroids. And there'll be others, but by the time we get to the next thing, we'll have moved on, out of the Bush administration into a whole other world of fantasy, I'm sure. Yeah.
Have you ever thought of doing McDonald's versus Starbucks, the root of all evil?
Have I ever thought of doing McDonald's versus Starbucks? Yeah. But but then there's corporate crap we have to go through with that. Because they go, oh, well, that could be a sponsor. So, like the sponsor, but, what amazes me is that somehow that if we said something bad, you'd wake up and there'd be no Starbucks. Louis Black destroys Starbucks on every show on Comedy Central.
You didn't destroy it with Starbucks across the street from the Starbucks. And you know what? Right across the street from us, we have a Starbucks.
You got two Starbucks?
Yeah, right across the street from
Where?
each other. Washington and Allen in the Fonz, and right across the street, right next to the bank. It's a Starbucks across the street.
If you go equidistance between those and literally just stand there for actually 35 seconds, you will enter a different universe.
We tried. Maybe there's no Starbucks.
In D.C., where I'm from, there are now 4, one on every corner. And I don't even know what you call that, except sort of maybe a prostate exam.
In Pasadena, we have like 30.
30 Starbucks?
It seems like it, yeah.
Well, that's the price you pay for living in Valhalla.
Is Barack Obama the Messiah?
Is Barack Obama the Messiah? Are you in, how much have you had to drink?
Not enough.
He's good, but he's not that good. Nobody's that good. Even the Messiah is not going to be the Messiah. Yeah.
Do you think maybe if you moved the show to somewhere like HBO, you could have more creative freedom?
She said, if I moved the show to HBO, would I have more creative freedom? Yes. Was HBO interested? No. But they're interested in my creative freedom.
McCain is pro-offshore drilling. And guess where he's going? Santa Barbara, California.
What do you mean
How
going?
stupid is that?
What do you mean going there? What?
McCain's going there next week for a fundraiser.
Excuse me, there's a chopper coming to photograph you.
Photograph you.
What are the chances of him? There's no chance that the state of California is going to allow offshore drilling. That's not going to happen. Florida. But I don't think they're going to be able to pull off offshore drilling. I don't. I've been wrong a lot, but I don't think they can. I'm serious, because it's not an immediate solution. If they said we got a nuclear bomb, we're going to put it in the ocean, we're going to blow the shit out of it, and see if oil pops out, then I'd go, okay, let's go for it.
More difficult to work with, Saget or Stewart?
Who?
Saget?
Saget or Bob Saget or John Stewart?
Yeah.
Saget. I mean, he's nice, but he's really crazy. Seriously, he just, you start thinking like him, it's scary.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
How many Monday night?
Wait a second. Now you're.
How many Monday night white nights did you have to do before you found the way of work?
I couldn't hear you. And it's. How does that not work? How many Monday night bike nights? Oh, Monday night open mic nights. Oh, you mean open micers?
Yeah.
How many open mic nights did it? Oh yeah. How many? What he asked is basically, how did I get to where I got to? And how many open mics? I didn't do any open mics. I did a few, but not many, because I just started. I literally just started going up and finding places where I could get up and just start talking, and it took probably 15 years before I found my voice, which is kind of appalling, because. I got a lot. You mean spending 15 years doing it? Yeah, he feels that it took me a lot. It took a lot of balls on my part. It took two. I rented some, but you can't really use a rental. But I appreciate that. No, it took a long time. But I wasn't focused on being a comic. I thought I was going to be a playwright, which was like thinking I was going to be a cracker. Once again, the laugh that I expected. Oh, yes, now you're disparaging the cracker. Yeah.
Will you share any George Carlin anecdotes?
I missed that. What?
George Carlin stories? Will you share any?
Any George
Carlin.
Oh, yeah, I actually, a great story about George Carlin has been very nice to me. And before I'd been on the Daily Show for maybe a couple of years and done a couple of specials for Comedy Central, but I wasn't really very well known. And I got a phone call from him. I was living in a sixth floor walk up in New York that would scare you. And it was a floor through, and it was like, this is what the only thing I missed was I didn't get to see the sky. And that was the way my roof was. There was like a hole, it was dark, and we were always afraid some head or something would pop down.